Right, get ready for a deep dive into something pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Biosynthetic pathways. Have you ever thought about
Mm,
how nature basically has these intricate recipes for creating compounds?
right.
And what if we could tweak those recipes to make something entirely new?
Yeah, it's like having this incredible cookbook,
Right.
but instead of just following the instructions,
Yep.
we're figuring out the chemistry behind each step
Okay.
so we can create our own unique dishes or even improve on the originals.
Okay, so that's where metabolic engineering and synthetic biology come in, right?
Exactly.
It's like we're becoming culinary masters of the cellular world.
Yeah,
But instead of flour and sugar, we're working with genes and enzymes.
precisely. Metabolic engineering involves redirecting the pathways within cells so they produce a specific product we're after.
Okay.
And synthetic biology takes it a step further by merging the power of genetic engineering with chemical production techniques.
So instead of relying on traditional extraction methods,
Right.
which could be pretty harsh on the environment and not always very efficient,
Yeah,
we're essentially creating a more sustainable and controlled way to produce valuable compounds.
exactly. And it's already yielding some pretty remarkable results.
Like what?
Think about lovastatin, the
Okay.
cholesterol-lowering medication.
Uh-huh.
You might be surprised to learn that it's actually derived from a fungus.
Wait, a fungus?
Yeah.
So scientists figured out how this fungus makes a compound that blocks cholesterol production.
Yeah,
And they essentially copied the recipe.
that's a great way to put it.
Wow.
They essentially reprogrammed the biosynthetic pathway in a way that allows us to produce this valuable drug on a larger scale.
Uh-huh.
It's a perfect example of how we can harness the power of nature to create something beneficial for human health.
And it's not just lovastatin metformin, a widely used diabetes medication,
Yeah,
was developed from a compound found in the French lilac.
that's right.
It's amazing to think that nature holds so many potential solutions to our health problems.
Absolutely, just need to unlock them. Absolutely. And one area where this research is really heating up is in the world of cannabinoids.
Now, most people are familiar with THC,
Right.
the psychoactive component in cannabis,
Mm-hmm.
and CBD, which is non-psychoactive,
Yeah,
and has become quite popular.
very much so.
But I understand there's another cannabinoid, THCV, that's
Yes.
making waves.
Yes, THCV is fascinating because unlike THC, which often stimulates appetite,
Right.
THCV actually suppresses it.
So wait, there's a compound in cannabis that could potentially help with weight loss.
Potentially, yes.
I'm guessing that's not something you hear about at most cocktail parties?
It definitely challenges the common stereotype of cannabis causing the munchies.
Yeah.
It's a great example of how much we still have to learn about these compounds and how they interact with our bodies.
For sure.
By understanding the biosynthetic pathways involved,
Yeah.
we might be able to harness these compounds for a variety of applications, from treating diseases to managing weight.
Okay, now this next topic is a little more unexpected.
Okay?
Did you know that scientists are actually using toxins,
Like
venom,
oh, wow.
to understand the brain better? It seems counterintuitive,
Yeah,
but I hear it's a powerful technique in neuroscience.
it really is.
How so?
One example is dendrotoxin,
Okay.
which is found in mamba venom.
Oh, wow.
Now, mambas are some of the deadliest snakes in the world.
Right.
But this toxin has helped scientists understand how potassium channels work in the brain.
Potassium channels, I vaguely remember something about those from high school biology, but remind me why they're so important.
Well, these channels are like tiny gateways that control the flow of potassium ions in and out of neurons.
Okay,
And that flow is essential for nerve impulses and communication between brain cells.
got it.
By studying how dendrotoxin blocks these channels,
Yeah?
scientists can gain a deeper understanding of how our nervous system works.
It's like using a very specific, albeit dangerous tool to unlock the secrets of the brain.
That's a great analogy. Another fascinating example is bungarotoxin,
Okay.
which is found in kite venom.
Mm-hmm.
It targets acetylcholine receptors, which are crucial for communication between nerve cells.
Ah, acetylcholine. Now that one rings a bell.
Yeah,
It's a neurotransmitter, right?
exactly.
Okay.
And by studying how bungarotoxin interferes with these receptors,
Uh-huh.
we can glean valuable insights into how nerve cells communicate and how disruptions in that communication might contribute to neurological disorders.
So we're basically using these toxins as tiny probes to dissect the intricate workings of the brain.
Exactly.
It's incredible to think that something as dangerous as venom can be harnessed for such beneficial purposes.
It really highlights the potential for even the most unexpected corners of nature to lead to incredible scientific breakthroughs.
Yeah.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the potential of biosynthetic pathways.
It sounds like we've only just begun to explore the possibilities.
We have.
And what's even more exciting is that these approaches are paving the way for a more sustainable future.
Definitely.
But we'll have to save that discussion for part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good. Welcome back. You know, As we delve deeper into this world of biosynthetic pathways,
Yeah.
what continues to fascinate me
What's that?
is the sheer elegance of it all.
Okay.
We're not just mimicking nature,
Right.
we're learning from its brilliance
Uh,
and using that knowledge to create solutions to some of our biggest challenges.
like what? What are some examples of that?
Take plastic waste, for example.
Okay.
It's a global crisis.
Yeah, it is.
But what if we could engineer enzymes
Okay.
to break it down?
Wait, enzymes that can eat plastic.
It is.
Really?
Certain bacteria have evolved the ability to produce enzymes that can break down the complex polymers in plastics,
Okay.
turning them into smaller, more manageable molecules.
So instead of mountains of plastic piling up in landfills and polluting our oceans,
Right.
we could potentially enlist these tiny microbial helpers to clean up our mess.
That's the idea.
Wow.
It's a much more sustainable approach than our current methods.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, there are challenges in scaling up the process,
Right.
but the potential is enormous.
Imagine a world where plastic is no longer this persistent pollutant,
Yeah,
but a valuable resource that could be broken down and reused endlessly.
exactly. And that's just one example.
What's another one?
We're also looking to nature for inspiration in combating corrosion.
Corrosion.
You know, that pesky process that eats away at metals and causes billions of dollars in damage every year?
Oh, rust is definitely not a friend.
No.
But how does nature fit into solving that problem?
Well, think about seashells.
Okay.
They're incredibly strong and durable,
Right.
even though they're constantly exposed to harsh saltwater environments.
Yeah, they are.
And that's because they're made of a unique composite material that's highly resistant to corrosion.
So are scientists essentially trying to reverse engineer the seashell
Yes.
to create new corrosion-resistant materials?
Exactly. They're studying the proteins and minerals that make up seashells and using that knowledge to design new coatings and materials that can protect metals from damage.
It's fascinating how nature has already solved so many problems that we're still grappling with.
I know.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are waiting to be unlocked.
Absolutely. And here's a thought. What if we could go beyond simply mimicking nature
Okay.
and actually create materials that don't even exist in the natural world? Materials with entirely new properties.
Wait, are you talking about designing completely new materials using biosynthetic pathways?
Yes.
Is that even possible?
It's not just possible, it's an area of active research.
Wow.
Scientists are exploring how to engineer microbes to produce novel biomaterials with properties we can't find anywhere else in nature.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown.
Good.
What kind of applications are we talking about here?
Well, one area that's particularly exciting
Yeah.
is the development of biocompatible materials for medical implants. Imagine artificial joints or heart valves that integrate more seamlessly with the human body
Right.
and are less likely to be rejected.
So we're talking about implants that essentially trick the body into thinking they're part of its natural tissue.
That's the goal.
Wow.
And it goes beyond medical implants.
Okay.
Scientists are also looking at creating new types of fabrics,
Okay.
building materials, even electronics,
Uh-huh.
all using bio-based materials.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a bio-based materials revolution. The
Yeah,
possibilities seem limitless,
I agree.
but all of this incredible progress
Yeah.
does raise some important questions.
Like what?
As we delve deeper into the realm of manipulating nature,
Yeah.
are there any ethical implications we should be considering?
That's a crucial point.
Okay.
As with any powerful technology, there's a responsibility to use it wisely.
Right.
For example, there are concerns about the potential for engineered organisms to escape into the environment and disrupt ecosystems.
So it's like a genetically modified microbe that was designed to clean up oil spills, accidentally causing harm to other organisms.
That's a valid concern.
Sure.
Scientists are working on ways to engineer safeguards into these organisms, like
Huh.
making them dependent on specific nutrients not found in the wild.
Okay.
But these are complex issues that require ongoing dialogue and careful consideration.
It's clear that we need to strike a balance between pushing the boundaries of innovation and ensuring responsible development of these technologies.
Absolutely. It's a conversation that scientists, policymakers, and the public need to be engaged in as we move forward.
Right.
The future of biosynthetic pathways holds incredible promise, but it's up to us to ensure that we use this power wisely.
Well said. This has been an incredibly eye-opening conversation.
Yeah, it has.
We've covered so much ground, from plastic-eating enzymes to the ethics of manipulating nature.
We have.
It's clear that biosynthetic pathways are revolutionizing our world in ways we're only beginning to understand. But before we get too carried away, let's take a quick break and then come back for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll delve into the future of this incredible field. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into the world of biosynthetic pathways.
I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Me too. I have to say, this has been one of the most thought-provoking explorations we've ever embarked on.
I completely agree. It's truly remarkable how this field is pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible,
Yeah.
blurring the lines between biology, chemistry, and engineering.
It's like we're witnessing the birth of a new scientific era, where the building blocks of life itself are becoming tools for innovation.
Exactly.
And as we've seen, the potential applications are mind-boggling, from medicine and sustainability to renewable energy and the creation of entirely new materials.
It's a testament to human ingenuity and our growing understanding of the intricate workings of nature. We've gone from simply observing nature to actually learning how to speak its language, how to tweak its recipes, and ultimately how to harness its power to solve some of our most pressing challenges.
And it's not just about individual scientific breakthroughs. It's about the power of collaboration.
That's right.
None of this would be possible without biologists, chemists, engineers, computer scientists, and ethicists all working together, sharing their expertise and pushing each other to think in new ways.
That's what makes this field so exciting. It's a true melting pot of disciplines, a convergence of ideas that's leading to transformative discoveries. And I believe this trend of interdisciplinary collaboration will only accelerate in the years to come.
So we've talked about the past and the present, but what about the future? What are you most excited about on the horizon? What are the next frontiers in biosynthetic pathways?
Well, one area that I find particularly fascinating is the potential for creating self-assembling biomaterials.
Self-assembling materials. That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel.
It does, doesn't it? But it's rapidly becoming a reality. Imagine materials that can literally build themselves guided by the principles of molecular recognition and self-organization.
So we're talking about materials that are almost like living organisms able to grow and adapt on their own.
In a way, yes, scientists are already engineering biomolecules that can spontaneously assemble into complex structures like nanotubes, fibers, even intricate three-dimensional shapes.
Wow, what kind of applications would these self-assembling materials have?
The possibilities are practically endless. We could create materials that can repair themselves, adapt to their environment, even perform specific functions,
Like what?
like delivering drugs with pinpoint accuracy or generating electricity from sunlight.
That's mind-blowing. It sounds like we're talking about a whole new paradigm in materials science where biology and engineering merge to create materials with properties we've never seen before.
Exactly. And that's just one example. Another area that I'm incredibly excited about is the potential for using biosynthetic pathways to create personalized nutrition.
Personalized nutrition, what does that entail?
Imagine being able to engineer foods that are tailored to your individual nutritional needs based on your genetics, your microbiome, and your lifestyle. Foods that are optimized to help you thrive.
So it's like having a personal chef who knows exactly what your body needs to function at its best.
Precisely. By understanding the complex interplay between our genes, our diet, and the trillions of microbes that live in our gut, we can potentially create foods that enhance our health and well-being in a truly personalized way.
That's incredible. It seems like we're moving towards a future where food is not just about sustenance, but also about precision medicine, where we can use food as a tool to optimize our health and prevent disease.
Absolutely. And I think this has the potential to revolutionize how we think about food and its role in our lives.
This has been an incredible journey, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with biosynthetic pathways.
I agree.
To our listeners, we hope this deep dive into biosynthetic pathways has ignited your curiosity and given you a glimpse into the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. As we've seen, this field is not just about rewriting nature's recipes, but about shaping a more sustainable, healthy, and innovative future for all of us. And who knows what incredible breakthroughs await us in the years to come. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.